This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Damn, Perk did this?
I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Kings and Dreams back for another video. And you know what it is, man. Got a special guest in the building. About to bring him on in a minute. You know, again, man, we got to have this conversation about the manosphere. Got to do something about the simps, man. The simps, they going crazy out here. Are the simps really messing up the dating game? I guess it's so simple, man. All right, about to bring my guest on.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
All
It's
right.
your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way THE FLYBOY Don't ask why, just check out the channel. What it is, Kings and Dreams. What it do, man?
What's going on, man? What's going on? You know, we gotta have the conversation. But first, before we get into it, tell the people about you, where you come from, what you do, why you started your YouTube page. You know, give some people some background, man.
Well, yeah, most people already know me, but I come from Newark, New Jersey. I travel the world. I use my YouTube page to show my life, whether it's family, fun, or finance. You can find it on my channel. And just one look at my channel, you'll see that my life is something special. So I was just laughing because I wish we were still backstage because I will show you the singing girl that I just got back from Medellin. I just got back from Medellin, and I ran into the singing girl, this girl that was singing, but she looked real good. But man, boy, I was just imagining like if I slipped up on that one, but if I would have slipped up, boy, I'm looking at this video. I'm gonna see if I can show you guys. It's not. I got it.
Yep.
Yo, when I say yo, oh man, bro, crazy. So, yeah, that's that. They're still in my mind because, like I said, I just got back. But, me personally, I just to start off, I think, like me, I never really concern myself with what other people do, but I do understand that sometimes guys, if it becomes a large amount of guys who are simping or, in other words, doing things for women without expecting something back because of the fact that they think in the future they'll get something back and they'll just keep doing it without getting something back, it kind of like it causes the price of inflation to go up. When I say price of inflation to go up, I mean like inflation is basically when the value of something becomes so cheap that you need more of that to prove it. So if you have a guy that's giving a woman money all the time, right? And all the time he's doing stuff for her, doing all that stuff. Well, then the next guy she goes to, she's gonna expect the same thing. And if that guy's not with it, he might not get as far because the first guy was overly spending for it. So, my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about, basically kind of diluting or devalue, right? Mm-hmm. So with the way how the dating market is going right now, so you have these simps kind of giving like the overt like appreciation and like what you just said, it devalues the market, right? So, you know, for an example, if you have a guy that, you know, it's not a woman's girlfriend, boyfriend, you know, but he's, you know, buying her numerous amount of things, you know, paying different bills, spending numerous amount of money, spending numerous amount of time, you know, she's not necessarily going to be attracted to him. But then the guy that she's attracted to, and he's not really doing, you know, that much. I feel like, you know, nowadays it's even harder because she's like, well, you know, this guy's giving me that instant gratification so much, and this guy's not necessarily giving me that much. And like, I feel like the guy that's not necessarily giving her that much, like he has to kind of overwork in a sense. You know what I mean?
You mean as far as the guy that she likes or the guy that likes her?
The guy that likes her. I'm sorry, I said that wrong.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, the whole thing is just like, I think there's a point where you have to realize that, and as a guy, it takes a while for people. It does. There's a point where you have to realize that the price or the cost of something is not worth it. Now, I don't want to devalue women because women are amazing. Women are the best things on earth, and I don't want to make it seem like it has to be a monetary thing. But cost can also be time. Like let's take it off of women. Let's say if I'm trying to learn how to play basketball, right, and I'm spending 24 hours a day learning how to play basketball, but it's been 4 weeks and I'm not good. I know that I'm going to just stop. I'm going to try something else that I'm good at. But when it comes to women, it's hard for some guys to really see it the same way because they're thinking with maybe another part of their body and not their brain. So what they do is they keep giving and keep giving and keep giving because they think it's going to change, and then eventually it doesn't, and then they look back and they're like, wow, I've spent 24 hours playing basketball and I still can't shoot. Maybe this is they never get to think this is not my sport. So it's gonna always be hard to try to get them to stop doing that. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's tough, man. It's gonna get hard to get simps to stop simping because it's part of their belief system that if they keep working hard, you know, and as crazy as it's gonna sound, even if we take it off of women, it extends to all aspects of life. Kind of like that employee at a job that started at the bottom as just like a regular flipping fries guys, and he works super hard to be the boss. But then he gets to the boss and he has to work super hard for the higher boss. And he gets to become that higher boss and he works super hard. It's like they never really understand that that's the same as simping for a woman, because at the same time you are trying to reach a level that you may never reach. You may never reach that top level. You might get to that last position of managing, like the other person above you, like, nah, you're not gonna accept you, but you're gonna keep working hard. So simping can be all across everything, man. I don't want to just detain it to women.
Okay, all right, and so with simping right now, how do you feel that it has affected the dating market? And you know, let's talk about you specifically, like maybe situations that you have been kind of privy to, maybe situations that you've seen where simping has kind of, you know, diluted the dating market.
I mean, for me, it wouldn't affect me as much, but I have seen the effects, but it wouldn't affect me because the way I feel is a lot different.
So let me clarify that statement. So when I say you, not necessarily you yourself, but maybe you know, maybe a friend, a family member, or somebody that you know, a situation that you might have been kind of close to where you've seen where simping has, you know, had that dilution effect.
Okay. Even on YouTube, with the YouTube situation, let's just talk about like the woman that was singing, right?
Yep.
Now, you know what it was with her. I know what it was with her. But then people online, they don't know what it was with her because, you know, I don't put the business out like that. Right. But they don't know what's up with her. So you start seeing them, and I haven't got her Instagram yet, but I have a WhatsApp. And now you got people trying to get her WhatsApp or her Instagram So they can say, "Oh, I'm going to send you some money. I'm going to be down there. I'm going to do this." But that's kind of simping because you don't like. I see it from the outside and like it doesn't affect me that you do it right now. In the future, it may not still affect me because the connection that I made with her because you know I put her on, but I can see the simping happening. Like just I can see people going overboard with it when I know my homie done got some box for the burger for a hamburger. So it's like it's hard to see it, but it's funny. But I know it exists. I know it exists. Like, and it exists online a lot. Like even with other creators, where like we'll tag a woman in the video, and everybody go crazy for the woman. And you know, it's one thing. Like shout out to homie Barbara on TV. He said, if I tag a girl and a woman, if I tag a woman in a video, and you want to talk to her, just come ask me, see what's going on. Don't just go in there and just start offering to buy her plane tickets and do all this stuff if you got to offer my video. And I understand that now, where it's like, got you know, that's part. I think that's part of simping, like trying to go overboard for something that the next man might not have got to, just because you're thinking with another part of your body versus your brain.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So for for those of you who are watching this, so what Flyboy was talking about was yesterday. He had a live on his YouTube channel. Make sure that you definitely follow, like, and subscribe to his channel. But he had a live yesterday, talking about the comparisons between Medellin and Cartagena. And so one of the things that had popped up, he showed me the singer a few minutes ago. So it turns out that we actually both know this individual, and so people were in the chat trying to reach out and find out her information. So that's what he's talking about. And then also shout out to Barbara World TV. Barbara World, Barbara World is also another content creator, travels the world, and he'll post a picture of a woman, and a picture with him and a woman, and have her Instagram, and then guys are just flying off the handle, like just adding her, sending her messages and all of this other things, and not necessarily checking in. And so the thing is that, like, what we're saying is, yeah, that's okay to reach out to her, but you should check in if we posted a picture with her, so this way we could put y'all up on game, so you're not diluting the market.
Bingo. Like, I'm not even sure, like, the one girl that I actually was cool, I'm cool with that. I mean, I actually am cool with a bunch of them now when I was in Medellin. I'm not even sure.
Hold on. Flyboy, we hearing some feedback.
It's on me? Let's see. You sure that's me?
Try it again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you, but for some reason, like it sounds like a bit like static.
Static. I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. I don't have any internet. I don't have the video.
You're clear now. Go ahead.
Okay. No. Yeah. Simping takes a lot of different forms. You know what I mean? A lot of people think that simping is just when the guy is paying for a woman or spending time with a woman and not getting nothing in return. But simping can also be when you approach a woman and you just go overboard without knowing anything, or you just go all in. Like you say, I'm gonna buy you a diamond ring. That can be simple. You don't know anything about the woman. You don't know anything.
Right.
You don't have any background information, but you're going all out doing it. And it may not be nothing to you. Okay, so maybe a diamond ring may not be nothing to you. However, the thought that you're rushing in with money kind of is, I feel as though that's kind of simping. Like when you leave with your wallet, I think that's part of simping also. Unless it's pro, then,
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with that. Because you don't know this one from a can of paint. It could have been it could have been Amtrak vibes, that happened, right before you met her. You never know. You never know what the story is, and it's like, when you just, jump out the window, so to speak, and you just say, hey, I could buy you a house, or I could buy you a diamond ring, or whatever it is. Like, no, man, just, keep it cool, keep it short, and, obviously be courteous. And what I mentioned in my blog last night, don't be too nice. There's a difference between being courteous and being way too nice. Offering offering way too much validation way too soon. So Flyboy and I, we're basically saying the same things, just talking from, two different angles, if you will.
It's being generous versus being a gullible.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say courteous. I would say courteous, but yes,
Right.
that's just the word I would use. Because generous, I feel like if you kind of go down that rabbit hole, that could lead to other things. So I would say, courteous. Courteous is where I would land on that one. Another question. Now with modern dating, do you feel, are you of the belief that that when women take advantage of the simps, do you think that it is the simp's fault or the woman's fault? Like, she should know better.
It's always the fault always falls on the person being taken advantage of, simply because unless you're a kid, unless you're under the age of 16 or under the age of 10 or like a kid, then you should know better. Like, if you don't know better, then that experience will teach you better. So the next time you won't have that same experience. Now, if you went through the experience once and you consistently go through the same experience and you're not learning, that's on you. And I think, a lot of people, they just like when women do it. They say, oh, these women are just treating these guys bad. But that's not my responsibility to teach this guy how not to be a simp. So, like, I guess it works in my favor too, because the more guys, the more simps that women have advantage to take care of. When a woman comes across a good man like me, she won't expect that much, because she can get whatever she wants from the simp. She might just want a man to make her happy. So that might in the end work out for the what they call the real men better. You know what I mean? It may. And because honestly, I don't feel as though, from my experience, I don't feel as though women, when women see a real man that when they consider a real man, I don't think they even try to approach him with the same stuff, man.
Yeah, one of the things that we talk about in the manosphere is, woman will break rules for that alpha man, and they won't break any rules for the beta male simp. They won't, because the alpha, the man that is in his masculine frame is not going to have time for that. He's going to move past that. He doesn't need to do, all of the words of, he doesn't need to do like all of the words of affirmation and, talking about buying her a house and things of that sort. Nah, man, it's not even.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where I think it might just be in people's genetics, man. It may just be in people's genetics to be the way that they are. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's something that you can change. Can you change a simp to being not a simp? I'm not sure that's a possibility, because I think the way they think creates who they are. And if you think that's the way to live, then yes, you can change your mind. But honestly, 85% of people don't ever change their mind. So who knows, man? If you can truly ever change a simp. You hear me?
Yeah, you were kind of going in and out. So say that last part again, brother.
No, I'm saying, I'm believing that it may be in the genetics. Like a person who's a simp, which means you're willing to give more than you receive, or give without receiving completely all the time, without a plan of ever receiving. that may be in their genetics or how they were raised. So I'm not even sure that's a point. There's a point at which you can actually change a simp into maybe what some people consider an alpha male or consider a real man or whatever people have the term for. I'm not even sure you can change all simps because of the fact that no matter what you say in their head, it's the way they think. It's part of their genetic makeup. It's part of their mental, mental drive, whatever you call it. So, yeah, man, you just got to learn how to move around it.
Yeah, so that's an interesting point. So let's touch on that. So you're saying that you don't think that simps can be reformed. Like once a simp, always a simp?
I'm not going to say never. But there's a high probability that like maybe 80 or 90% they can't be reformed because it's not just the activity. It's not just as telling somebody once. It's something that in their mind that they're going to have to completely fight every single time it comes up. Every single time they take a woman out, and like, and the woman smiles, and then they take them home and they walk in the house, and then she's like, oh my God, she smiled. And then the next time she smiles, she gives them a hug. And they're like, oh my God, that's enough. And the next time she smiles, she gives them a hug and she laughs. And then that goes on for another 4 or 5 months before she finally says, you know what, you're like a good friend. And now you waste that time. I think that's a mental part. Because it's not something that you can conceptualize if you are a guy who's like, all right, well, I'm gonna give her 3 chances. Like it's I don't think it can be changed, man. I really don't believe that. I think it's you are who you are. You are who the world made you.
Okay. That infamous F word, friend zone. Oh man. So basically what you're saying is that 10 to 20%, about 10 to 20% in your belief, men who are currently simps can be reformed, and the other 80 to 90%, they're just done for.
Yeah.
Even so sorry, that was a 2-part question. So even with the manosphere, the content, and them actually having platforms to look and watch and hear experiences. So you think it's just pretty much a dub?
People are going to be who they're going to be, and let me give you an example. Let's say they follow all of these platforms and all of YouTube, and they become this alpha male who they think they are. When they find a woman they love, they're going to revert back to the beta status. And that's always the case. It's just a matter of them finding the woman who they're willing to open themselves up to. But once they open themselves up, they're going back to standard base. It's like standard protocol, and it's like it's genetic, man. You can't. It's not going to be changed. It's like I'm trying to give an analogy of what it could be like. It's like you can put a lion in the zoo, right? And the lion will be tamed. The lion will be controlled and stuff like that. And you can do stuff with the lion that he wouldn't normally do out in the wild, right? That's when you transform a simp into a alpha male, what they consider an alpha male. He's a lion in the cage. He's calm. He's that. But you put that lion back in the wild, that lion gonna go right back to being the same way he is. It's not like a lion. It's not like a lion who's born in the cage, who's always going to be that. If you're born in the cage and you're born what they consider an alpha male, you're gonna always be an alpha male, even if they put you in the zoo because you was born in that. I mean, even if they take you out the zoo because you was born in that cage. But it's the same way for the lion out in the wild who got tamed. You're gonna go back out. You're gonna be wild again. You're gonna be back to beta mode.
Interesting points, my man. All right. So a couple of more questions here. So my next question is that so with the modern dating what's the word I want to say? The modern dating environment, right? So with the modern dating environment, what is the best way that you feel that that can help simps? Like what do you feel would be like the best thing for simps in this modern dating market to succeed?
Best is strong, but I'll say what I believe would help them. I won't say it was the best, but what I would believe would help them is if they took themselves out of the environment where they are more liable to simp. Like check this out. if you took a simp from the United States and put him in Colombia, even if he simped, it really wouldn't. The environment wouldn't allow him to simp as much because the women would. I mean, we're not talking about pros. We're talking about like regular. I mean, not regular. We're talking about non-pro Colombian.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, because I was gonna say.
Yeah, like I said, we're not talking about pros. We're talking about non-pro Colombian women. It would be very hard for him to simp for them because they would give him the feedback that he requires. They wouldn't put him in the friend zone. You get what I'm saying? Because you change the environment, you change the creature that you created. So if you have a simp and you take the simp out of the United States, you put him exactly in Colombia where they're non-pros, specifically pointed on non-pros, he'll eventually transform into this maybe not an alpha male, but the women alone that are non-pros won't allow him to be a beta male. If you get what I'm saying, because that society, in that society, the women push the guy to be a guy. It's not like they're trying to take control. They're not trying to take power. In the United States society, a lot of the women, they don't mind being the alpha male in a relationship. So if you take that beta male out of their society, he'll be forced to be an alpha male or something of the same.
Yeah, you know that I agree with that, and that's a perfect segue to my next question. You know, so I was going to talk about international simping, but you know, just to kind of comment on what you just said, like your most recent thing. So two things that I agree with. So the first thing is that definitely outside of the United States, you know, we talk about, you know, countries like Colombia in specific, you know, definitely most of the women are, you know, very submissive, and they rely on, you know, the man to, you know, be the man, make sure that, you know, he's taking care of their responsibilities. You know, outside of the house, they take care of inside of the house, right? And then the second thing is that, you know, things aren't really that expensive there, so he doesn't necessarily have to, you know, really spend that much money per se, right? Yeah. So that leads me into you know, my final question. You know, well, final topic really is the international simping, right? So I know you just came back from Colombia, and you know, you had your live stream yesterday, you know, doing the comparison. And so for my experience there, because the last time I went there in Colombia was November of 2020.
Right.
And what I've heard, and you know, what I've heard feedback from people that have gone from December of last year to current, it seems as though the simping in Colombia has gone higher, especially with the pros.
So
what say you?
I would say not especially, but specifically with the pros.
Okay.
See, in my opinion, the non-pro woman is not going to. She wants a machismo guy because that's what is in the culture of that situation. So she's a non-pro in Colombia is not going to make the American man a simp. Like if there's an American man and he finds a non-pro in Colombia, he's sending her money. Eventually, when he goes over there, she's going to treat him perfectly. But what happens is that the ones that think, like the ones that's over there in whether Brazil, Colombia, whether Asia, whether England, the ones that think like that are going to be the pros, and they're gonna fool the guy to keep sending the money, even though they're pros, and the guy's gonna keep sending the money. That's just no different from them being in the States. So that's where I think, as far as the international simping, I don't think that has to do as much with. I'm not saying it never does, but I don't see it having to do as much as with non-pros as with pros who now have OnlyFans, because you know you can have OnlyFans in Colombia now.
Oh,
so now you have.
The game is changed. I did not know that.
Now you have girls
I'm
who have
pulling my
friends.
hair out. I'm bald, B. It's crazy now. It's crazy.
You see now, because to have OnlyFans, you have to have a United States like account or something like that. But now, what the scheme is that a lot of Colombian women have United States accounts with their simps. Pros,
Oh,
Colombian pros
that's
have
the
United States
game.
accounts with their simps, where they get the OnlyFans money from the simp, and then the simp sends them the money from the OnlyFans, and now it's a return cycle. But
I
times
see.
always change.
I see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was a nice gem you dropped there at the end because I did not know that. I did not know that they had OnlyFans out there. I mean, I figured I figured time was coming, but you know, it's
But
all good. But
let's see.
I do know, not to cut you off, I apologize.
Okay.
I do know some of them have premium snaps. So I guess they upped the game to
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Well, because OnlyFans is moving fast. When OnlyFans took that thing when they said they wasn't going to take all the pornography off of it,
Yeah, that was cap.
it just got everybody in moving. And like I said, people are so afraid right now of, like, not people but guys that travel are afraid. Not all guys, but a lot of guys. Some guys that travel are afraid of simps going over there and throwing money in the air and spending extra money for women, and they think that's going to raise the economy. But they don't know that when OnlyFans gets highly accepted over there, and the women and the pros over there are willing to do all this stuff, you think that a woman is going to want to take 100 mil for you to knock her down when she's getting 400 American dollars on OnlyFans?
Yeah. So 100 mil pesos, Colombian mil pesos is 30 US dollars.
Right.
Just so just so people know. Because there's some people who haven't traveled, but I just want to get that clarification. But
people worry too. They worry too much about, you see all the people on YouTube and all the people on Instagram talking about, all these simps, you guys are messing up the economy, throwing money in the air. They worry about the guys that's acting like they balling, throwing money in the air, and they worry about the guys that's going over there spending, giving the girl $100 when she really only usually get 50. But none of that is going to do what OnlyFans is going to do. OnlyFans is going to destroy the economy over there, and it just hasn't hit yet. But I see it slowly creeping, and that's what everyone needs to be focused on trying to stop if they can, if that's even a possibility. But people, how people people always see the jab. They see the jab. The jab is people throwing the money in the air. The jab is people going there giving the woman $100 even though she only uses 60. That's the jab. Just get you out the way. But the hook is when OnlyFans comes. Because
the right hook.
Competing with the whole world, and these women are not going to be trying to go inside Dolce Vita. They're not going to be trying to go inside Gusto's for $100 for an hour when they're going to make $400 consistently every 10 minutes.
Yikes! And that's 400 US dollars.
400 US dollars.
The game is going to be crazy. Because when that right hook comes, shout out to Tyson Fury. But when that right hook comes, the game is over. That's gonna be crazy.
That's why I said the best thing you can do right now, fellas, is prepare. Prepare. And when I say prepare, what you need to do is you need to start getting some. If you're a person who consistently goes to a place like Medellin, or goes consistently to a place like Cartagena or Barranquilla or Cali or Brazil, somewhere where you go consistently, get 2 or 3 consistent ones, man. Get 2 or 3 consistent ones, because if you don't have the consistency and this stuff hits.
That's gonna be a super game changer, man. It's gonna be a super game changer. Yeah, man. I just wanna thank you, man. Big shout out to you. For definitely coming on, having this conversation, my brother. Definitely appreciate it, man. So what's next for you, man? When is the next trip?
Brazil Carnival, man. We working on that, and just starting December. We're gonna, even though I know normally it's real close, but because of it being the virus and stuff, I don't feel as though there's gonna be a lot of people that's going to go. But Brazil Carnival, we're gonna start working on in December, and it's gonna be, I believe, in February or March of next year.
Yes. So I looked at the dates. I believe it's February 25th to like March 2nd. Yeah, but I'm definitely in the building for that. For those of y'all, I talked about I was gonna go to Colombia. I was supposed to be in Medellin for this trip. For those of y'all who don't know me personally, my son, this is his first year playing football, so I was on dad mode. Had to go to all the games.
Yes,
so
sir.
the last game, the last game is this Saturday. So after that, I'm going to Colombia in November, touching down for a long weekend. And then in December, Kings and Dreams, Flyboy Way, we are planning Brazil.
Yeah, definitely, man.
It is time.
Ah, man.
It's time.
I'm still teed. I dropped the ball on that, bro. Oh man.
Nah, you'll get that back. You'll get that back.
Nah, because now it's a. I already put it out there. It's a wrap, bro. You know it's gonna be the hound dog's gonna be out, man.
Right.
I got people.
It's in the air, but
it's in the air now. They know the location. Yeah. They going down. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, but but see the thing is they know the location, but you got they know the surrounding areas, but you know the address. You heard? So you good. So you good. You good right there.
I was just trying to get in there before 2 minutes because I see 2 or 3 guys hit me up like, yo,
right, yeah.
Blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh god damn.
Right. Yeah, man. One thing you had mentioned yesterday, and I feel the same way. When you see a woman's Instagram, and it's like you see like 2, 3, or 4 people that you can
follow.
Yeah, you know what time they on. You like,
you like, man, listen. Like I said, that is the reason why. And people gonna dislike me for it, but they gonna have to eat this one. That's the reason why. My next video I'm working on now from Medellin. I'm gonna work on it after this live right here. I'm gonna put Lily in it, and she just not Instagram not gonna be up there, bro.
Nah,
she be hot, bro. They gonna be hot as hell because she was. Oh man, she doing some things in the video, and that's just not good, bro.
Yeah,
because it's hard, bro, especially Medellin, bro. You know, I'm like the last of the major people to go to Medellin.
Yeah, that's
all the major people have been to Medellin yet. I'm the last of the Mohicans to go to Medellin. So I'm just basically picking up stuff that like either everybody else had already, or I'm just like searching for stuff that's like in crevices and stuff. Oh, nobody seen that.
Yeah.
Nobody seen that one. All right.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Last thing and because I'm not going back anytime soon, the last thing I want is me to put her out there, or her Instagram out there rather, and then somebody be like, oh, let me make a trip back around the sun real quick. I like that right there. So
yeah,
I'm about to make this video. They just gonna have to miss out on this one.
Yeah, man. Man. I appreciate the dope content, man. And let people know where they can find you, brother.
You already know, man. You can find me at the Flyboy Way on all platforms. You see the Flyboy Way on all platforms. I work so hard for you. You can just Google me. That shit it feels so good. Just Google me at the Flyboy Way.
Go ahead. Talk that ish, young man. Talk that ish.
So feeling, man.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it, man. You know, we'll get up soon.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait, man. Salute. Yes, sir. Yes, man. Yeah, we had a conversation with the Flyboy Way. Again, man, you know, fellas, stop with the simping, man. Stop with the simping. Stop with the international simping, man. You know, just cut it out, bro. Just cut it out, man. You know, you diluting the market, and the market's already diluted, man. But again, it's your man Kings and Dreams. Definitely make sure that you follow me on Instagram, like, subscribe, leave a comment, give me your feedback. I told you your boy is back. I got another video that I'm dropping tomorrow night. I'm gonna be dropping another video on Sunday, and then Monday the 25th, got another guest, DJ Doughboy, and then later next week, gonna start bringing some ladies on. Yes, it's up, man. Kings and Dreams. Holla at your boy. I am out.